Welcome back to the MCG. Lance Whitnell celebrating 200 games of AFL footy. He's got there in a hurry too. Plenty more games still to be played for him.
Eloise Pratt there tossing the coin, part of the Collingwood Foundation.
Yeah, great benefactor of the Collingwood Footy Club, no doubt about that. Anthony Rocker standing in for the injured Nathan Buckley. Lance Whitnell wins the toss and will kick to the right of screen as they say good afternoon for the first time to James Brayshaw.
Just going with the tracky pants there, Big Lance. But a terrific performance from him, and he'll need to play well today, as will his mates, because this is a big challenge for the Blues. Nothing to play for them, everything to play for the Collingwood Footy Club.
Well, I beg to differ. I don't like to do it early, but they can climb off the bottom of the ladder if they get up today. So
is that what you want, Gary?
That would be plenty of incentive, having been down there for a couple of years. Let's go out to Chris Jones, who's not right now by the boundary. He's out amongst the crowd. Jonesy.
Thanks, Gary. I'm actually here with some of the young stars of the future. These are the Kickstart kids from the Northern Territory. The AFL have brought them down. They've had a great week down here too, and they're at their first game of AFL footy. I tell you what, we're bathed in sunshine down here. We've got an absolute ripping day for footy. The sun's come out on the MCG. I'm really looking forward to it. There's a real buzz down here.
Good on you, Jonesy. That is a great look. And whilst it might be bathed in sunshine, I reckon they'd be a little bit chilly, those kids. But it's about to heat up because they'd be absolutely beside themselves sitting here watching their first game of AFL footy. 17 degrees heading for, currently 16. Probably about 20 degrees cooler than what they've used to, Brian, but what a game to come along to for your very first outing.
It's a ripper. The venue is supportive of this fantastic occasion. Collingwood Carlton, probably one of the most traditional matchups you can get in the AFL calendar in any one year. Yeah. And a fantastic sight here today.
Just a mail on Brendan Favola that came our way early was that he was going to try and engage Prestigiacomo and drag him away from the goal square up towards centre wing. Now, I'm not sure if that's the magical mind of the Fev at work or whether that is under instruction.
But Clement would probably stay high with him while he's up high, would he? And Presti, if he comes down towards goal, will go back with him?
Well, we'll just wait and see, Brian. 80 goals to Brendan Favola. The next best goal kicker for Carlton is Eddie Betts with 17. So that is an indication of just how important he is. He's down there. He's waiting. Prestigiacomo is indeed going to him. This is a big afternoon. This is a big roar.
Collingwood and Carlton on a Sunday afternoon, round 21 at the G. Plenty hanging on this. Collingwood a must. They must recapture some of their form as we head to September. Carlton first sniff, Carrazzo. Simpson picked up Carrazzo. Left foot shot around the body. DeLuca sees it to the boundary. And Carlton to the right of screen. Collingwood to the punt road end, left side.
Oh, we saw the Blues last week, as they were pretty good in patches. Find it hard to string 4 quarters together, which is understandable with an inexperienced and young group, but they can piece some good footy together.
Oh, they can, and look, the forward line that we mentioned, and Lance Whitnell's picked up Anthony Rocker.
Work down to the champ, Koutafidis. Back to Simpson. Left foot snap, no elevation on it. Eddie Betts, right where he needed to be, takes the mark.
Lining up for goal number 18. As we said, the second highest behind Brendan Favola. There's Kuta doing what he does best, is the stoppages, or what he's done so very well over a long period of time, and this should be the first on the board.
To the city end. Eddie Betts kicks the Blues' first goal.
That's a good start. I reckon that's important for the Carlton Footy Club to get some scores on the board early, to put some scoreboard pressure on. I want to be chasing tail all afternoon here. And Eddie Betts is, well, as a small crumbing forward, it's a hard role to play in the modern game because of the movement of the ball and the fact that it's not that predictable. A big Kuta just extracting there. Cade Simpson, good player. There's a bit to like about the Blues. You're right, Jim.
Carlton off to a very good start here with the first goal this afternoon. French and Richards. Richards winning that one down. Ordinary bounce. Picked up Walker. Houlihan through traffic finds the oldest and most experienced player on the Carlton lineup in Lappin. Favola was held. Off hands. Simpson involved again. Now O'Brien for the Magpies. Just A defensive kick out of the traffic. Didak needing a good bounce. Great tackle, wasn't it, from Fisher? Dislodged the ball. Walker. Maxwell was good. Now Didak. Free run at the ball. Centering kick. Rocker. Too far for Cloak. Whitnell stayed down. Did well. Scotland around the body nicely.
Simpson's had a bit of it early. So is this man, Koutafidis. Now the Fev comes at him. Good kick.
Well, DeLuca has started really deep on the line, if you like, in the goal square, and that means Clement's anchored to the last line defence. And this is Brendan Favola, the understanding. And Prestigiacomo knows that's where the ball's going to go. But he's almost locked behind him and has to just, in the end, hope that the kick's not spot on. Once it was, he was behind the 8 ball.
53% of his goals have come from outside 40. A lot come from outside the arc. He's got amazing range. And the accuracy is good too. Look at this. Oh, he is, from long range, as good as it gets.
You cannot sing the praises enough of this man, Brendan Favola. There's a little bit happening off the ball. We've said it often that this time last year, Carlton were in some doubt about whether they wanted him on the list. Yeah, probably the only reason that he stayed was that no other club made a really legitimate play for him. And here we are, almost at the end of the next year. He's got 81 goals to his name. It is an unbelievable performance.
2 goals to the Blues, and scoreboard pressure, I know it's only early in the game, can do strange things to the mind. And another goal or 2 from the Blues, and Collingwood would be starting to have some negative thoughts about the way they're playing. O'Brien. Holland advancing to Fraser. Knocked down. Loney. Nice ball. Johnson on his favoured left side. Opens the account for the Magpies.
Doesn't matter how they get there. Doesn't matter what they look like. A Brendan Favola bomb from outside 50 or a ugly wobbling left footer from Ben Johnson. They're all worth 6 points. He's had a good year too, Ben Johnson. He's become more than just a back pocket player. He's pushed into that midfield, become a really good accumulator. That was Scotland going back with a fly to the ball. Thornton might have been done on Fraser. And that man there was sold some serious candy, Brad Fisher.
Beautiful day for footy at the MCG. And the Pies open their account through Ben Johnson. Good bounce. Richards, maybe. Again, Koutafidis, sensational in tight. Free kick's been picked out. It's going to go Collingwood's way.
Yeah, off the footy, or was it just a high fend-off against Anthony Koutafidis?
Well, Maxwell has it. In fact, it's going to come back to Brodie Holland.
Brodie Holland might have the job of running with Kouta.
Steers it out wide. Shaw to half forward. Cloak. Kicks to centre half forward. Holland's drifted down.
And that's where Kouta, who once the free kick was played, pushed deep into defence and forgot about his man.
Here comes Fraser. Diving mark off the chest. And maybe some high contact there on Thornton, not paid, and the ball will be thrown in.
Umpires today, Justin Smith, Chris Camelins and Darren Goldspring, and the Carlton bench. Blackwell, Bauer in his first game there, as well as Scotland. Out of the pack, Lappin, Walker closing, O'Brien. Help is good from O'Helpin. The big fella caught, but cleverly got boot to ball and didn't get pinged. We'll have a boundary throw in.
Gave us
It'll be a
plenty
free kick
to get excited about last week. Did Satanta O'Helpin. Some good signs. Collingwood bench, Egan, Burns, Lacuria and Swan.
From half back, the Blues. Waite, we know he's good overhead. Good example of it there. Looks for the man around the back in Lappin. Couple of bounces. No one comes at him. Good penetrating run. Ordinary kick. Whitnell in front. Rocker. Chiseling the ball out the back. O'Brien. Touched it a few times already. Did well in traffic. But the Blues still have possession.
To half forward. The ball sort of tumbles. Fisher unable to control it. Koutafidis again gets it out of there. The left foot kick though, ill directed. Maxwell chops it out. Lots of room for him to run. Sideways handball to O'Brien. To the wing and Didak. Quick movement here from the Pies. Shaw. Long ball to half forward. Cloak will get on the end of this. Rusling presents.
Anthony Rocker at the other end of the ground. Lance Whitnell running down.
Long ball from Cloak. Good looking kick. All the way to the square. Thumped through by Thornton.
That's something that Whitnell will try and do. Take Rocker out of position as much as he possibly can. And he's now peeled off and left Whitnell. He's actually peeled off to pick up weight.
So Whitnell to that man weight that Gary spoke of, and Anthony Rocker on the mark. You just see in the lower part of the picture there. Here's Fisher. Houlihan. And now Carrazzo.
Well, Jared Waite's got Rocker. He should be running hard.
Good attacking position. Favola's got his man under the ball. Nicely over the back was DeLuca.
It's a good win for the Blues. If they can have DeLuca stay in that last line with Clement as his opponent, not only do they take away some of the run of Clement, but if they can pinch 2 or 3 goals from this big man, that would be a massive victory.
6 goals on the year, Adrian DeLuca, and this one a bit of angle about it, but really only about 10 metres out. If that comes in, nice steady run up, the important part here, and he's nursed that through magically. The Blues have got 3 opening quarter goals.
Such a hard man to get a kick on, James Clement, let alone get a goal. And for DeLuca, a late inclusion for Nick Stevens to take a big mark, just eased Jimmy Clement under the footy there. A lot of attention goes to Favola, of course. Just there, just a little nudge, and might have been a touch lucky to get away with it, but he has, and he's kicked truly. So this is a great start for Carlton.
Three goals for the Blues. In control early against their more fancied opponent. French a little hand down. Simpson off. Fisher. And then Koutafidis gets it to Scotland against his old club. To half forward. Carrazzo got a hand in there. Blackwell went to ground. Carrazzo tried to get the footy out. Little kick sort of works okay. Houlihan. Inside the 50 with a left foot delivery. A good mark taken. For the Pies across half back. And a 50-metre penalty is going to come. Nicely.
Against Brendan Favola, Jim, I reckon he either didn't get back off the mark quickly enough.
They matter in modern footy, 50-metre penalties, there's no doubt about it.
Crept over the mark and didn't come back.
Cloak wants it in there right now. That's a good kick. And that is a good sign for Collingwood players and spectators alike.
There's some serious screening going on back here. Well, in actual fact, Rusling didn't screen, just got in the way almost by accident. And that was a bit lax from Lance Whitnell. This is what Anthony's got to do. He's got to get it into his mind. I'm going to tape Whitnell on. He likes to zone off a bit, Whitnell, a bit like Joel Bowden. If he becomes the focus, he can cause all sorts of trouble.
No problem with the distance from here for Anthony Rocker. Look at that. He's kicked it over the stand. But away to the right. And behind.
Now Anthony Rocker with his first miss of the day, and the Blues through Lappin set it up to rebound the ball. Crowd today of about 50, a few more perhaps. Very nice. Lappin to French. Contested mark, getting some easy ball at the moment, the Blues. French penetrating kick for Vola. Read that like a book. Hands to Fisher, ugly off the boot. High ball, great mark. Koutafidis made the bad kick look very good.
Well, what they did, Favola pushed right up to the wing when the ball was coming in from the kick in, and Prestigiacomo elected to let him go. Mistake number one, because he ends up taking the mark. Koutafidis then pushes down. That's where Presti goes to. Koutafidis takes a fantastic one-handed mark. So that is, I'm not sure, it's a great understanding between Kouta and Favola.
5-6 from the set shot this year, Kouta. He's directly in front here, though. Only 20 metres out. And that looks pretty tidy indeed. Carlton have got 4 straight goals.
Well, that is a good result, and it's something that Preston Giacomo is going to have to be a bit wary of. Do I let Brendan Favola push up and be a target for the defenders on the way out? And then Brodie Holland, well, he doesn't really want to go shoulder to shoulder with Koutafidis back in deep attack for the Blues. So that is an interesting story. I'm hearing some whistles, boys. Are you hearing whistles?
Good start to the Blues as Betts sits down for a while. They've kicked 4.
Someone in the crowd's got a whistle, Jim. I thought they were going to pay a free kick, but not the case.
Back in the centre. French upended. There's Koutafidis, the goal kicker. Do we, Gary, given his last 2 years of work with injury and the rest of it, forget quite the magic that Kouta used to bring to the table?
Oh, look, it was a period of time for 18 months where he was the best player in the competition, Jim, and what he was great in this situation at centre clearances, and he's doing it again today.
Burns high. Big Satanta couldn't get the fist on the ball, and that's a clutch mark from Cloak.
We might have to jump off Satanta because he's being led a bit merry dance at the moment by Travis Cloak, and it's going to take time for this young man from Ireland because it is a learning experience. This fella has got loads of talent, Travis Cloak.
From the set shot for the Pies second. Kick low and tight and a behind.
See Simpson encouraging his teammates to get in the huddle there. Not too many listening to him. And they're broken early and gone, and he decides, well, I'll do it myself and kick over the line, which he attempts to do. Whitnell, beautiful body position. Inboard. Bannister keeps the ball clear. Reece Shaw got him from behind. Sells the dummy, gives it back to Cloak on his favoured left. Swinging ball. Here's Egan. Body position was good. Back of the pack. Rocker. Good handball. Great vision. Didak finishes.
It's a good result. It's a good result for Rocker too, because when you're under pressure, having kicked a goal, Anthony Rocker, for 3 games, your natural instinct is to take one whenever you can. Good run down there from Reece Shaw to not give away a free kick. There's Didak involved in that passage there. Keeps running deep. The natural instinct, Brian, when you're out of form and you haven't kicked a goal for a while, is to bang this one right on your boot. But Anthony, unselfish, good vision, good decision.
Alan Didak on the board in game number 100. And the Pies get their second as a big hit in the centre involving McGrath on Burns. Tough unit, Burns. He'll be up very quickly.
Got a sore shoulder though, JB.
Has. Good hard footy that. As I said, Scotty Burns is a tough unit. Ball brought to the ground. And a free kick's been picked out. It's going to go Collingwood's way. Off the ball.
Goldie's on fire early.
And there is the man we were just discussing.
Blood rule.
So, a little bit of claret streaming out of the eye.
But, from that bump, they've got no doubt about that. The shoulder might be sore. He might need a stitch or 2 in that. Shane O'Brien will replace Scott Burns. Andrew Walker, the run with roll on Alan Didak. Another big job for that young man.
Egan steers it beautifully to Swan. Here's kick inside the 50 to Rusling. This man's got some wheels and some tricks, Gary.
Very impressive he was last Friday night over there at Amy Stadium against Port Adelaide, and that is what he does best of all. And as a defender, you cannot allow this man space in front. You've just got to take your risk. He would get 90% of his footy on a sharp lead, I'd reckon.
From long range. Kicks high. I don't know whether it's got the carry. Fisted away on the line dangerously. Cloak will pick it up, give it off to Egan, and his snap is right through the middle.
Nice touch, Alan Didak. Really nice touch in amongst that. They'd be disappointed with this Carlton. They defended off the line okay. That's a very definite touch and a nice give from Travis Cloak back to Egan. So maybe just a concession from one or two Carlton defenders that one was either going to go through or get rushed through, but it got spoiled back into a dangerous spot. And they've settled nicely. The Maggies, having been jumped a bit, they've settled very nicely.
Collingwood back in business within half a goal here, with 9.5 remaining in the first quarter. French and Fraser. McGrath. Quick hands. Houlihan. Favola was the intended target. In the end, it's now in the hands of Spawn. Kick across the face is good. Needs a good bounce and got it. Blues have got their 5th of the quarter.
We're in for a goal fest this afternoon, boys. I tell you who has started beautifully is Anthony Koutafidis. He is just on fire. The hands were great here. Quick ball out of the middle. It was a shocking kick, but that's all right if your forwards are awake and ready, and Koutafidis pounced on it. And it's nice to see a man who spent a lot of time in defence, Trent Spawn, getting a run up on the half-forward line, enjoy the freedom mentally.
I don't know what it is about the Collingwood jumper, boys, but it brings the best out of the Blues. They just find a yard in these big clashes against their old enemy. Bounce back in the centre. French, and now Fraser's got in there. O'Brien, little one down to Swan, who had a fumble. Fraser again, good player. Around the body to half forward. Lock hit a fly from the back, but Heath Scotland was good. Stood with courage under the footy and took it very nicely.
Born in the middle on his own.
The former Pie himself, Heath Scotland, discarded a few years back, and now in the hands of Simpson at genuine half-back flank area on the northern side. You can see the shade of the new stand in the foreground there. Now Spawn again. Centering ball is positive. Good work. Bannister and Simpson combining. Simpson a penetrating run. Run his full distance, and the kick is good as well. Over the back, Fraser couldn't hold it. DeLuca. Lots of Collingwood numbers, took them on. Now it comes with Spawn again. Can he get another good bounce? This time it had backspin on it, and it gave O'Brien a chance to get there.
Quick release to Loney. Not much for him to go to, so he has to change direction. Maxwell didn't mark the footy. It doesn't matter. Oodles of time on the outer side, and then the long ball forward.
Gee, that's a bad kick, Jimmy. He had two Collingwood players, one Carlton player. He kicked it straight to Andrew Walker.
Some of the kicking so far in the game hasn't been great, let's be honest. Here's the young man Bauer. Got a touch of the leather early in his first game. Sets it up nicely to Waite. Nice jukes always from this man. Over the top. Good ball. Big Barnaby works back. Nice touch kick from Waite.
Well, I like the Carlton forward line setup when they go forward. There is a tendency when you've got a man on 80 goals to be very Favola conscious, but maybe that's what Collingwood are struggling with, because right now they've got lots of options. Spawn, as we've seen, they're prepared for DeLuca to mark long, and now Barnaby French has taken the opportunity to run into the hole at the right time.
The big rower from Pembroke School in Adelaide can kick a goal for the Blues. It's low and straight.
Ooh.
They are up and about, Carlton.
Are they ever? And good to see the young fellow, Paul Bauer, making his debut, get a touch there, and it was a nice touch. Waite. Now you got Waite and Fisher, and now Spawn down there, and Koutafidis is resting deep. Favola, obviously, DeLuca. It's a dangerous forward half. Koutafidis is having a spell. Nice kick by French. Koutafidis gone to the goal square and taken Loney with him. So they've got some good matchups.
The Carlton coaching box, plenty of heavies in there. Kernahan and Dennis Pagan and Liberatore. Tony Elshaw, to name a few. Out of the middle, Blackwell. Again, another clearance. Walker, plenty of time to sum it up. Koutafidis, one juke. Not good enough. Clement on that occasion. He's normally good in that area. Look at the rebound footy here. O'Brien to Didak. Immediately wants to work back onto the left. That's a sizzling ball to Cloak. From beyond the arc, not beyond his range though. Rusling leads short, ignores that. He's got Rocker one out. Cloak will go the long ball, and I think he'll get the journey from there. It's a big high one. And offline and a Mana score.
He shapes as the most dangerous forward at the moment. Travis Cloak. He's taken 4 marks.
Kick in, beautifully marked by Lucuria. Hand off to Clement. Dangerous man to have the footy. High ball. They parked themselves under it. Walker did well. Read the situation beautifully. Came across the front. Just continues to impress, although that kick set Simpson a real task. Has to go back and get it. Did so. Handball off was a little untidy. Walker parks over the footy. Gone.
Oh, Andrew Walker made life difficult for everyone, didn't he? He read the play well. Marked when he should have. But then the short kick was the one that was always going to cost them.
Didak. 2 weeks ago, clutch kick for goal.
From, I reckon, about the same sort of angle and position.
Yep. He is a very, very good set shot, Alan Didak. Has one already.
20 of his family and friends have been flown over for this game from Adelaide. They'll be up and about, Jim.
They'll be loving it.
Ooh.
Look out tonight. Here comes Alan Didak. That's not his best.
He's never going to kick it after that rap you gave him.
Just an in-house celebration, I think, tonight for Alan.
Early night. Andrew Carazzo is playing half-forward flank, effectively tagging Heath Shaw. Isn't that a feather in the cap of Heath Shaw? And he hasn't touched it, so he's doing a good job, Carazzo.
Scotland. The back half for the Blues, who have had a terrific first quarter. We've played 24 minutes. There's just under 5 remaining in this first quarter, and they've managed to conjure up 6 goals. It's a good effort. Lappin deep finds Bannister with a nicely presented ball.
Oh!
Ran too far, I thought almost. Got rid of it in the nick of time. Rocker, in he comes. Anthony Rocker, that's the one he will have liked.
His Bannister's awareness has been fairly ordinary, it has to be said.
Yeah, look at him ambling away here. That is bad stuff. Good chase down, good awareness from O'Brien, I think it was. And the last thing you want to do when a man's out of nick and can't find the goals is gift him one. That's an amble. You can't amble in this game. You cannot just go for a leisurely Sunday stroll.
It's the second time in the quarter he's been run down, Gary. Rocker gets his first. And the Pies close in on the Blues.
Clement's gone down to play on Kutafides.
Ordinary bounce to Luca. Hooks it back. Jess Smith comes wandering through. Holland wrapped up. Another bounce.
Giving the young kids a chance is Dennis Pagan, which is good. Jess Smith in. Blackwell back into the side and started in the centre bounce here a couple of times. So Carlton have had much of the footy. They've got to make it pay.
Again, some in-tight work being done well by the Blues. Spawn on this occasion earns himself a free. Here comes Favola. Gets it on the bounce. A long way from home. Can he control it? Over the line, not a bad result.
Mr. Giacomo must be very confident in his closing ability, because he will give front position away to the Carlton full forward every single time here.
8-point lead to the Blues. DeLuca and Richards. And that one ain't coming out of there, so we'll ball it up. Just under 4 remaining. First quarter, Houlihan, who has been pretty effective so far in this game with his 7 disposals, taking a spell. Spawn, a bit of an inside-out football. Carazzo in the dangerous spot, pursued by a couple. Handball to Waite. Quick reaction from Waite was perfect.
The work around the clearances and the stoppages has been exceptional of Carlton. 5-3 out of the middle, but again out of the centre, quick kick. And the big win, one of the big wins anyway, is this move. Carazzo on Heath Shaw. Not only has he stifled any attack with Shaw's been so very good at providing most of the year, but he's been able to get his hands on one or two very important balls, and again, just an A-grade assist.
Jared Waite, one of the keys to the future of the Blues. And he kicks a very nice goal. Back out again to a handy 14-point lead. Richards down. O'Brien. Eddie Betts was very good. Handball on the up to Simpson. Around the body, pushed under at Lappin. Presti overruns the footy. The Fev got a little handball in. Fisher back to Favola. Spent it before he had it. Smith tumbles it inside the 50. Swan was good. O'Brien, this is nice little bit of candy sold there. And then the handball to the hard-running Johnson. In he goes for Rusling. Got the hands to the footy but couldn't take it. Still the numbers with the Pies. O'Brien outside the arc. Thumping handball. Holland from 50. Sets it up nice and high. Test of strength here. Whitnell. Here's Satanta. Oh, just to get a little nervous. He headbutted it over the line. And it'll be thrown in.
He's been moved on to Rusling, I reckon.
Danger here for the Blues. Pies on the attack. DeLuca doing well. Whitnell in front. Always cool. Johnson. Punch away. Was great, wasn't it, from Simpson? He wanted the free, didn't get it. Now Scotland. Just over 2 remaining. Clement did really well to bring the ball down, but Lappin was there. Fisher ran into his own man. Now Lappin gives wide. Good play, Walker. Running the southern stand wing is Walker. Driving ball. Got the call, Waite. And got out of the way. Presti went along the line with a handball to Shaw. And we'll have a boundary throw in.
Just some great footy back there from Lappin. There's that matchup we're speaking about. That is a very big victory so far. That's where the Pies perhaps are lacking some of their drive.
DeLuca over the back. Again, Kudafidi supreme. That's not great, though. Trying to get too cute with the kick rather than perhaps sitting it at the top of the square.
It's had Brendan Favola top of the square. Exactly.
Presti, this is. Over the top. Swan. Clement needs the footy to bounce nicely, and it does. Lakiria. Geez, he covers some territory in a game of footy, this man. Good kick. Here comes Rocker. Go back and have a really good crack at him from the standing start. That's a 60-metre pass. Beautiful.
Just working into a bit of form, Big Anthony.
Didak, I'm not sure that was what he needed to do.
Oh, the Adelaide 20 have just dropped their beers.
Pretty cash, wasn't it? Supporters, some are happy, some aren't. Fisher holds it up with a minute remaining in the first quarter. Exciting attacking football from end to end. It's good stuff to watch. Entertaining. Clement was held by the young fella Bauer in his first game. Clement on the wing. Collingwood restructured themselves up forward, and here they go. Rocker's got the set, elevates, went early, infringed. It'll be a Simpson free kick.
Cade Simpson's had a super quarter, Brian. That tackle that we wasn't rewarded earlier. He's winning plenty of the footy.
9 touches, Gary.
And that was Anthony, just not quite at the top of his game, but he started this game very well.
Whitnell. Dying seconds of the first term.
Look at this.
Like Big Lance. He's just standing in the middle of the G.
You're going to have to bounce it, Lance, if you're not moving.
Not moving anywhere.
You're never sure, though.
Kicks it wide. Thornton. Oh, they'll be happy with this, I reckon. Carlton, Gaz, they'll take a nice little break into quarter time.
I reckon they will too, Jim. It's their best quarter of the year, their best first quarter of the year. And it's their third best quarter of all. Here on the big stage against the arch rival, I reckon that is totally acceptable. It's been a very good quarter of footy, an entertaining quarter of footy. Game on here, plenty at stake. The Blues can climb off the bottom of the ladder. The Pies pushing for a spot in the top 4. 14 points to margin at quarter time in favour of Carlton.
It is a 14-point Carlton lead. There's the Collingwood backline, and Favola and Prestigiacomo, partners for the day. Carlton's best first quarter in 2006 and their third best of all time. That's how good they were in the first quarter here, kicking their 7 goals won. Outstanding form shown by a side at the bottom of the ladder. We saw some attacking footy in that first quarter.
Good bounce again. French and Betts off the ground. Richards as good as a kick to half forward. Little hold on Thornton. He'll get a free at half back.
Just watching our man O'Halpin. The danger is that Fraser will lose him up in traffic, but it's all part of the education, I guess.
Scotland down the line. Good kick. Houlihan got Cooter further afield. We'll use him now. Ball's got to bounce well for the champ. It does. He always uses it well. That's a beautiful kick. Right into the bread basket of weight. Fev wants it in long. Kick goes in that direction. Big pack assembles. Claiming the mark, Prestigiacomo, not paid. And I think a push from Favola on Loney. Ball released to Swan. As advantage was paid.
Surprisingly was paid.
Maxwell running hard.
Swan to that man Maxwell that Gary mentioned was running hard, and he receives the benefit of that to Fraser. And Halpin did well not to infringe. Bannister. Whitnell. Now across the ground to Fisher, who's been significant in the early parts of this game. Here's Favola, a long way from home. Jukes were there, but not magnetic-like. Houlihan, clean at ground level. Favola's recovery was great. Launches from 45 offline. The Fev, just a highlight machine.
He is quick, Prestigiacomo. Watched that whole long lead, and he was at stride for stride with Brendan Favola. Deceptively quick.
That takes some doing, because Favola is quick. Loney.
Especially when there's a goal on offer.
Over the top, neatly. Shaw. First touch for Heath. And there's Prestigiacomo lurking at half back. Ooh. Thought about going. Now he does. Cloak presents. Awkward bounce, no good for him. Closed down by Walker, and it's over the line. And the Collingwood bench, Holland Egan, Reece Shaw and Isles. To the backs. Bourne was very good in the first term. Handball went through Walker. Then he closes Cloak down with a very, very hard tackle. Footy released. Houlihan always manages to get through traffic, but that time
Cloak saw
for too long.
Heath Shaw's moved up, virtually going playing on the ball and taking Carazzo with him because he'd been so well held.
Cloak's taking himself straight off the ground. He's got a bad arm. O'Bree's caught as well. But Cloak's a story here at the moment because he was their informed forward. He is going straight off the ground, carrying what appears to be some sort of broken arm. Now Lucuria at half back. Collingwood just... Lucuria going to ground, got nailed. 3 Blues surround. Cooter picks up, had too much on it. Simpson time to recover. Lines him up and goals. A double whammy. Simpson goals and Cloak comes from the ground.
That is a significant injury, Brian. Very significant, given that there's an injury cloud over Chris Tarrant at the moment with those shins. The fact that Rocker is struggling, Nathan Buckley's out with a hip injury. You don't want another tall forward going down. This fella here, Kade Simpson, he's a good player. In fact, he's better than a good player. He's a class act. He can sneak under your guard, but this is the story right here. There was no doubt he was coming off, Brian, which suggests your injury's pretty obvious. Well, shoulder, collarbone, AC joint, call it what you want.
From that tackle, drove him into the ground, didn't he, Walker?
Yeah, it did, and, well, without knowing exactly what's going on, it could be anywhere between 1 or 4 weeks.
Looked like he drove the elbow into the ground and pushed it up.
Which could be an AC joint in the end, and they can be jabbed.
Not bad work from an 85-kilo Andrew Walker, just to ragdoll the big man. Good tackle put on Carazzo, but he managed to get his handball away. Scotland playing nicely. Wait. Kick was too fierce, but this is a talented man. Just couldn't take the footy with him. Picked up now by Rowe. Free kick going the Pies' way. Advantage paid now. It'll come back.
Well, that's a situation where he didn't have to blow the whistle there, because as soon as he blew the whistle, Rowe stopped. Had he not blown it, Rowe would have just kept playing on. He tried to call advantage, but the game had stopped, so maybe you don't have to blow it every time.
Maxwell or Rowe. It's going to be Rowe. Fraser takes the mark and then wheels around. Spawn to come in from the side. Rocker had a couple of beat, and that's a free kick.
It's causing Lance some problems, Anthony Rocker. Something about this ground for me that suits Anthony Rocker better. I don't know what it is, just seems to be more room. But he seems to loom as a much more dangerous proposition here. And there's Lance just getting the hand on the shoulder as he tried to leap for that mark. And this is heartening. This is heartening in light of the fact that Travis Cloke's off the ground. At least this fellow's starting to find a bit of footy.
Lance just chatting with the umpire. But Anthony Rocker has won. And from about 45 out, should convert. Perfect angle of it here. Kick on the way, right over the goal umpire's hat.
Backed him in for 6, Brian. He's still a chance. Lance Whitnell, who's had such a good year, is just today having, well, he's got his hands full.
I think with Cloke out, Gary, he will have to kick 6 for them to win.
Yeah, that's a very good point. And it becomes much more the focus now. I guess Fraser's the man that's gone down to play the Travis Cloke role. Richards, is it, into the ruck?
Both doctors there with Travis Cloke, and he's in some pain. It's the right shoulder. And Collingwood get one back. Rocker's got a couple. And the scoreboard pressure mounting on the Pies out of the middle. They need to respond.
Yes.
Burns on the march here. Gathers a clean ball. Heard a voice. Carrazzo was there. Scotland, Spawn combining. Plenty on offer here. That's not 15. The umpires paid it. That was Bedickham, 7 metres. Houlihan to the middle. French. Scotland. No peripheral vision and got knocked out. I hope the arm was down.
Been reported.
This is going to be very, very interesting in replay. Ooh. Bang!
Well, he had him cold, Alan Didak. He had him absolutely cold. And the fact is, it was a shoulder.
Yeah.
And now it's on, boys.
It is.
He's into it. He's only got a game and a half to go for the season. Collingwood boys are going to be careful. They've got September action. The play started, and that's the best thing you can do.
Goes on, Gary is lapping a long ball. DeLuca, Clement in front, Loney. Didak been reported the smother by Betts. Kept it alive. The impossible goal! Goal of the year, Eddie! Stouch goes on in the middle. And Scotland will come from the ground.
I think I might have played a free kick. I think Goldie wants another free out of this, and it's going to go to Collingwood, I reckon.
I think it's going to go to Carlton.
Oh, you're right, Brian. Against Alan Didak. He's Scotland in the hands of the trainers being helped, and if there's any doubt about head-high contact, that will put it at rest right now. Blood coming from a very nasty gash.
Didak comes from the ground. Scotland being helped from the ground.
Don't think it was the elbow. I think it was the point of the shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he certainly had the elbow tucked in, Brian.
Yep, he
so
did.
The only question now will be head-high contact. That's what the review panel, whatever it is, will look at, but certainly no elbow involved. And the defence would be, well, I went into hip and shoulder.
Yeah. So we've got a
game. That's what we've got, Jim.
Situation here.
What about the Eddie Betts goal?
Yeah, well, it's almost got lost, hasn't it?
Waite, all on his own at half forward, slips it over the top. The Blues, all the answers at the moment. Houlihan, little kick to Waite. Suddenly the game's gone up a couple of notches. Lucuria, geez, they banged into him. And we're going to take another look at this, BT, because you're right, not enough was made of it at the time.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was watching the fight.
We all were, but look at this.
Oh,
He's got two guys attempting to smother, and he's on the boundary line on the wrong side for a right footer.
Spawn high to the square for Vola. Free kick or mark?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Look at Fev. He can't believe it. He is shocked as Collingwood run away from defence. This game has just risen in temperature. Holland, they crash into him. Simpson the tackler. Spawn was caught. Richards was there. Loney trying to bust out. Oh boy, we've got an absolute cracker now. The Blues are in front on the scoreboard. Collingwood under enormous pressure.
You wouldn't want to be anywhere else. If you're not here and you're watching it on the telly, you got the best seat in the house. That's a free kick every single minute of the day.
Oh, Halpin. Simpson. Houlihan. Lappin. High. And nice to DeLuca.
This is where real courage comes into it too, Jim. When it's a hot footy like this, big game, big rival, keep your eye on the ball, boys.
Long one in the Koutafidis direction, and why not? Richards shovels a handball to Holland. Over the top. Rowe. Loney. They combine. Low ball is very nice to Fraser, who couldn't take the mark. Thornton got it back to Lappin. This kick needs to work. Not enough carry on it for McGrath. Heath Shaw. Straight into the man on the mark. Holland back to Shaw. You're not getting around Big Barnaby. And Carrazzo comes through.
Oh, it's a hot footy, Gary.
What about the raw, Brian? Some of these young kids have never played in front of a crowd as loud as this.
Simpson. A bounce and a driving ball. Favola's got the body position. Presti gets back. Favola got a hand there. So did Presti. Kept it alive. Good play, Favola. And over the line, let's go down to Chris Jones.
Well, while all this has happened, Travis Cloak has gone into the rooms. That right shoulder's the one he hurt early last year.
And just keep us eye on Heath Scotland for us, Jonesy. Give us an update.
Not good news for Collingwood supporters and Cloak supporters generally. Here's Ben Johnson. Houlihan's been terrific in this game. Didn't dispose of that correctly, I wouldn't have thought. Given plenty of time. Koutafidis a star. McGrath from a difficult angle. Hit the post. I think it may have got a piece of it. Maybe not. A minor score. Let's go back to Chris Jones.
Heath Scotland's on the bench at the moment. The doctors have been with him the whole time, just trying to patch him up. We might see him again today.
Oh, there's some stories developing out of this one.
Well, how long's it been since there's been a guttural roar like this between two arch rivals? It's great.
Cloak with a serious injury. Didac in the book with the finals a couple of weeks away. Lucuria off to Loney. Loney to half forward. Here comes Rusling. Bannister got a piece of him. Rusling's got it back. Swan inside the 50. Rocker gets rid of his man far too easily. And Anthony can go back and have a crack at number 3.
Kick the goal, Anthony.
He was looking at Rowe, wasn't he?
He was. Alan Didac has come back on, boys. So we're told Alan Didac and Heath Scotland are very good mates. So counts for nothing, of course, in a game of footy. But I'm sure he didn't intend to inflict the sort of damage that he did. But whether that saves him or not, I don't know.
So even though you're hip and shoulder, Gary, you can still get suspended depending on where you make contact.
I think head high was always the worry, Brian.
Anthony Rocker for number 3. Kick looks good. It is good.
Well, Anthony's got 3 on the board, having been goalless for 3 games, so he's coming back into it. Good to see. And this is just a really good game of footy now with plenty at stake. And Lance Whitnell, well, again, he's giving away plenty of height, always does, but can get away with it on normal occasions because of the way he cuts off angles and plays in dangerous spaces. But Rocker's got the better of him here.
Well, in the absence of Chris Tarrant and perhaps even Buckley and Didac temporarily, Rocker has kicked Collingwood's last 3 goals. Back in the middle. Fraser and French. Pretty even duel. Shaw starting to get a bit of it, Gary. Lucuria. Maxwell. Swan. The linking play by the Pies is good. Fraser, dummy to Holland, went the driving kick. Here's Rocca, went up. Was he interfered with? Dinak on his non-preferred side. Across the face.
Yes, and straight away they're back into it. Lance Whitmore, Alan Dinak.
That should be a free and will be. That'll be a free to Alan Dinak. Great camera work. The Channel 9 camera stayed with it. You saw what happened. Whitnell lost it. Collingwood will get a free directly in front. Perfect camera work.
Dear me, not good at all from Lance.
Burns will line up. Pepper's afraid here. There's spot fires everywhere. The crowd roars. Burns has got it.
Oh, it's another one down.
Ronnie Holland's down. Don't tell me they're going to give another kick, Gary.
Oh, no.
This would be bizarre.
What is going on here? Oh. Right of screen, right of screen.
Oh, that could be another kick. I think it is.
Who was it?
It is.
Oh, dear me, that is not good from young Jordan Bannister.
These are unbelievable scenes at the G on a Sunday arvo.
They've lost their way a bit, the Blues. They've gifted 2 goals. This will be 2 goals on a platter for undisciplined acts.
This will be 3 goals in basically the one play.
Have a listen to the crowd, Brian.
This is unheard of. 3 goals in 2 minutes involved in the one passage. Startling stuff. Listen to that. Brody, a kiss for someone in the crowd.
And just stay with it because Ramola and Didak are back at it. Still it goes on. Some wise heads have got to prevail because right now Collingwood have got inside Carlton's head, and now Big Fev says, well, I'm going to have a piece of it too. Reece Shaw has a bit of a giggle. This is the sort of stuff where you want to be involved in footy, I'm telling you now. And let me tell you, boys, the courage needed now in this centre clearance is the courage to go at the footy, not to ping someone off.
3 disposals, 3 goals. I don't reckon that's ever happened before. The Pies are down now by just 4 points. Through comes Burns. Fantastic. Kick to half forward. Straight to Thornton. And the players should know, Gary, that Goldie's got a hot whistle. He is not the bloke you want around a situation like that. As Fev goes long in the weight direction. Picked it up, gave it off to Blackwell. From outside the 50, low ball to Betts. Couldn't take it. Licuria kicks it up for grabs. Spawn's going to sit under the footy out there. You've got to know your man in yellow. Spawn. Ordinary kick inside the 50.
They have just lost their way, the Blues. They're just the pressure of this game and the big magnitude and the emotion and the passion generated by this man.
This is the man that's generated it. Didak, have a listen to the crowd. Reece Shaw. Nice ball. Rocca. Big grab in front.
Didak off again, boys, just cooling the heels. Heath Shaw's come back on.
Udar around the back door and lapping here. I think you're right, JB. 3 possessions, 3 goals. Don't think that's ever happened.
Not from any footy I've seen.
No, so that was an incredible minute or 2, and we'll replay it, no doubt, half time. The whole proceeding there.
Sideways from Carrazzo. Thornton. They need a steadier here, the Blues. They had this game in control. Not totally, but they had some control. And that's all gone now. McGrath taking the ground. Swan off to O'Brien. High to half forward, Rusling. And over the line.
The thing about it is you come here, you know they're going to get a good contest because you've got the 2 rivalries, but we've got 3 back pages out of today already, boys, and we're not even at half time.
It's going to be an interesting week. You do not want your players going up a fortnight from the finals. Brought down. Burns, beautifully done. Swan around the body. Can it bounce over his head? It does, but through for a behind.
This is where you just need some leadership here. You need just Lance Whitnell, I guess, and that's ironic because he started it by giving the free away, but you just need some calm heads.
4 goal to 2 quarter in favour of Collingwood. Responding to the 7 goal to 4 quarter in the first quarter for the Blues. There's Waite presenting. He's got very, very clean, capable hands, this man. Good ball by Foot. Eddie kicked a miracle goal earlier in this quarter. This one is good to McGrath. Clement. Solid as a defender.
That's the sort of calm head you need. Jimmy Clement's head on his shoulder. He won't get caught up in any of this. But they do need a goal. Goal now for the Blues just to get this thing back on track.
French. Cooter came in from the side. Has got a couple to beat. Again, just found a way to get the footy out of a tight spot. Johnson claimed high. And he'll take a free. Swan. Down the line with a good kick. Lucuria with room to move. Sets it up for Rocker. Had his name written all over it.
Well, I'm not sure whether they can make a move. Look at some of that advertising, Brian, around the ground. It looks like there's neon lights just going on around the outside of the MCG.
How good is that advertising? That stands out. Unbelievable.
Not as good as this bloke at the moment, though. Anthony Rocker lining up for goal number 4 of 9. And I always say that form is so fickle it can turn in the space of minutes.
From the set shot, that is magnificent. Pies a bit the front.
I'll have to revisit the 6 I had the big pebbles down for pre-game. He's going to at least go into the halftime break with 4 to his name against Lance Whitnell, who's not having the 200th game that he would perhaps like. But I don't know what the options are for the Blues. They are a little undermanned in the back half. But he's playing the way he needs to play. Doesn't have to cover a hell of a lot of ground.
"54 minutes it's taken Collingwood to hit the front, but they've finally got there. 7 minutes prior to half-time. In remarkable circumstances, having kicked the last 4 goals, 3 of those in succession in the one play. Here they go forward again. Shaw looking at to Rusling. He can motor off the mark, this man. Rusling. In just his 9th game of footy, just his 3rd game for the year.
He just should take his time here, Brian, and kick the goal. That's what he should do.
To make it 5 in a row for the Pies and extend their margin. In he comes. Kick on the way. It looks good. It's bending. It is there. This will bring the G to life if it's not already.
Well, what a transformation. Still 6 minutes to play in this second quarter, boys. Biggest lead that Carlton got out to was 23 points and looked to be having it pretty much their own way. And then that extraordinary set of circumstances that saw 3 goals without the ball going back to the middle of the ground. That was right, wasn't it? I'm still a little confused. And now here they are in front.
Kicked the last 5 in a row, the Pies. They have put their stamp on this one. There's Didak. You sense the Blues are going to be coming at him for the rest of the day. Blackwell. Little kick. Missed its target. Burns around the body. Egan just couldn't hang on to the ball. And over the line. Going to be thrown in outside the 50. There's a man who's running hot and running off the ground.
And he was right in the middle of it. And I tell you what, I've done, I've admired Didak the way he's come back. He's kept his eyes on the footy.
Yep. There's Blackwell. Koutafidis. I'm not sure if that's legal disposal. I think a free kick's been picked out somewhere.
It's an interesting
Goldie
call.
wants it to go Carlton's way.
Well, he is going to go Carlton's way.
Goldie's coming and overruled.
He's got hot smoke coming out of that whistle, Goldie.
Yep. This is a tailor-made situation for that particular gentleman, but kick in Waite's direction. Just missed him, picked up by McGrath. Tried to get a handball out of there. Johnson was good. Clement over the top. Another free kick off the ball. It's going to go the Pies' way. O'Brien. High. Thornton, well done. That's terrific. Went back with great courage. Walker. Fisher. Fev one out. Kick's going to go in his direction. A test of strength. Presti was good. Needs someone at the feet of Big Fev. It was only Reece Short.
Here's Didak on the wing. Well, listen to the crowd. He's got them chirped up, I can tell you that.
Great kick, though, wasn't it?
It was to Swan. Chipping ball wide. Here's Lucuria. Marks. Time to steady. Someone comes at him. Goal mouth is open. It's there. Collingwood have kicked 6 in a row.
Well, a little bit of Didak magic there. He thread the needle. This kick that ended up in the hands of Swan. Then Paul Lucuria, whose work rate is just quite phenomenal, jags one through. Just a shame just come over the whole thing.
Look at the Pies. Just been sensational in the last 10 minutes. Grabbed this game by the neck. Lucuria spun out of about 3 or 4. Koutafidis. Blackwell needed to give it when the option was there. First up. They turn it over the Blues. Fraser a little one. Didak off to Egan from outside the arc. He's going to kick a ball very long, but this man, who's had his hands very full.
That is out of bounds. That is out of bounds. He played on around the point post. You've got to come back through the point and goal post to come back into the field of play.
Did he play on or did he slip?
He just slipped,
I reckon he went to take off around. I can stand corrected, but I reckon he went to play on around the point post. There's the man with the smoking pipe. Have a look at this. There he goes. He did. He took 2 paces to play on. I got no doubt about it.
Confusion reigns. Now the umpire wants the ball back again. The bottles hit the field of play.
Oh, a bit of...
Goldie's not happy, and nor should he be. If some peanut is throwing missiles, they should be outed and not allowed back in for the year.
Daryl Hare, like in the controversy that it's causing, Gary. That's the only relevance. All comes out wide to the Blues. Walker, high ball one to Houlihan, and Johnson did well with the body. Johnson, it was great play.
Free kick. Houlihan had a very big fistful of jumper.
There's Johnson, look at this. Collingwood queuing up on the northern side. Reece checking out the support. He's going to draw the handball to Egan. Didn't go Koutafidis. Egan from the boundary line. It's bending back, not enough.
There's Collingwood trainer down there with a drink bottle. If he doesn't get off, there goes the missile, boys. Look, see the water bottle? Came from the second deck over the top of the boundary umpire's head.
Well, at the moment, Gary.
Yeah, here we go. I reckon we're going to get him pinged here.
Half-time can't come quick enough for the Blues.
Jim, can anything more happen in a quarter of footy?
They just need to get into the change rooms and get their thinking unscrambled.
Brian's got the binoculars on the man who's going to get evicted.
No, he's leaving voluntarily, Gary. Him and the wife have packed up and gone.
No, we'll get his membership card and cut it into shreds.
Weight high inside the forward 50.
Peanut.
Can the Fev make something happen? He was held. Fev. All the action at the other end, Brian. He hasn't been a part of it, Big Fev.
And he desperately wants to be a part of it, and that's why he'll milk the full 30 seconds here.
He is filthy on what's going on at the other end.
Didak has come off again for another spell, but he has been excellent. Don't you worry about this. Brendan Favola, he needs a man who knows an occasion. He will slot this.
To get the Blues back on track and make it a 10-point ball game. Look at him. Look at Favola. Got his second.
Oh dear, we've got 2.5 minutes left. We've got to have a lie down, Brian. 10 points the margin. There's the free kick, the initial hold. Prestigiacomo has played Brendan Favola very, very well. And this is one of the few occasions where he's been able to get a free kick and kick the goal. But evictions, we've got reports, we've got injuries, we've got fracas, plenty of goals.
Collingwood by 10. Let's go to Chris Jones.
Well, there's still plenty of news down here. They've finally stopped the blood flow on Heath Scotland. He wants to come back on, but the Carlton people won't let him. Then Alan Didak limped from the field. He'll be off for the rest of the half at least.
Okay, there is Alan Didak. Sat out quite a bit of this second half of this second quarter. O'Brien putting Fraser under the pump, but he got driven forward. Correct decision. A little clumsy by weight. Handball wasn't great, but O'Brien tidies it up and goes outward to Swan. Dane Swan with 2.25 minutes remaining in the half.
Thornton's been moved on to Rocker too, boys, so Lance Whittle been relieved of that duty.
Clement. It's just about every player is forward of the centre circle at the moment. Look at the lead by Rocker. Great jukes. Fingertip jukes. And Rocker too far out to score unless he kicked the torp. Sideway Maxwell able to run. Advanced inside 50 and went quick.
Oh, Jared Waite. 8 goals. 8 goals second quarter to the Magpies. Rocker, the Dukes are working beautifully, Brian. Look at Thornton giving away inches again. But Jared Waite just went to sleep here on Nick Maxwell. You'll see him there just trailing in behind him. And that is a costly lapse of concentration as we close in on half-time.
He's earned a break with 4 first-half goals. Big Anthony. Now the Pies have skipped out to a 16-point lead. Bounce not great. Richards brings it down. Walker has it held to him. And still they bang on in the centre.
Brodie Holland, normally the punching bag. Of course, we all remember the Camporelli days.
At the back, it's Houlihan around the body. Good kick. Simpson has got the Fev on a break. That's a beautiful kick. Terrific delivery. And Presti made him earn it.
Well, put Kate Simpson down as one of your very good players going around. He's got some very nice touch. This is just into the space. He didn't try and drill it. He needs it like that, Brendan, against Presti, because look, he's like the glove, Presti. He needs to make his own pace to the ball.
Just 100 kegs of big Presti lobbing on it after you take the sliding mark. Favola to kick his second in a row and get the Blues back in touch as we approach half-time. He is the master from the set shot, Fev. And look at it. He is just magnificent.
Oh, dear me. It's got some records tumbling here for the year. Collingwood's best second quarter for the season after Carlton posted their best first quarter for the year. It's the third best quarter of any of this year for the Magpies. So they found a bit of touch at the right time, but they've still got a contest on their hands. 10 points. Favola's got 3. Plenty more footy to come from him. Big half coming up.
An 8-goal to 4 quarter. No wonder the quarter has extended some 34 minutes and still have over half a minute to go. Plenty of goals. A fest on display here today. No win out of the middle just yet, although this man has been quite brilliant, Simpson, as Gary just pointed out. And let's have a look at the injury to Alan Didak here. The reason he's off the ground.
Oh, yeah, he started limping just as he got the footy. Left ankle.
Touching the ankle. O'Brien. Holland getting back. Wonderful effort.
Free kick
by the young
free
guy.
kick, Collingwood shepherding.
Ball Bauer.
And 50. This man's caught Goldie's disease.
Umpire Chris Camelins the man in charge here, and Brodie Holland will kick his second goal of the quarter.
The free kick
from the
was
goal
there.
square.
The free kick was there. Lappin went back, looked at Holland and laid the shepherd. And I'm not sure that Paul Bauer understood that it was actually a free kick.
He was just about to have his first kick in league footy. There's Didak going straight to the room. Second kick in league footy. Here is Brodie to kick his second goal of the quarter from the goal square. Chips it through. Collingwood fans love it.
Has common sense got a rein there, Gaz? I mean, you hear a whistle, you take the mark, you presume that you're being paid the mark. That is a very tough penalty.
Yeah, I think he's too officious. I've got no doubt the free kick was there. But there's a young man in his first game. All he'd be thinking about is, oh, how good's this? I've taken a mark in the big game.
Exactly. You've just got to realise and say, all right, let's calm it down and give the footy to the... I think that's very hard.
We're all caught up in the occasion a bit, I think.
All right, back to 16 points. Big scoring first half. DeLuca down. Out of the air goes Swan. Siren's going to sound as Bannister picks up the ball. Jeez. Some gear to work our way through in the half-time break, Gary.
I defy anyone to tell us there's been more happening in a half of footy this season. Umpires, just a bit of protection for them on the way off, mightn't go astray. The players are going to, well, the races are on the same side of the ground now, which is interesting, but it does seem to have cooled some of the tension that was there in the second quarter, and some big footy ahead for both sides. But don't go away, we're going to have a look at some of those big first half issues right now. But Collingwood have got their noses back in front, courtesy of a 9-goal second quarter. They lead by 16 points, 13-8-86. The Blues 11-4-70.
Let's see if it can stand up to the first half, which was a cracker. Bounce in the middle. French with the clearance. High ball forward. Houlihan hands to the ball. Well done. Back to Eddie Betts, who kicked the goal of the season. That wasn't his best effort. Away to the right.
They're the chances he's got to take, Eddie Betts. Early on in this game, where Carlton jumped out of the blocks, they were taking those chances. That was basic by comparison to the goal of the year from the boundary.
Maxwell and Holland combining. Brodie Holland in a significant factor in this game so far for plenty of different reasons. Kick is not good. Wait. Just didn't get it clean. French over the top for Vola. Quick release. It was great. Here's the young man to kick his first goal in league football. Paul Bauer, the first man with an afro since Vinny Cottocchio.
Oh, that was some magic there. The Favola magic. He didn't take possession, Brian. He just let the ball settle in his hand, and he punched it into Paul Bauer. Have a look at this. He doesn't take possession here. He just grabs it and quickly belts. That is magic. That is as good as you'll ever see. And what a way for a young man to bring up his first goal and gets the game back on track. It's not a bad throw either, Bryce. You're right.
Chris Jones.
Well, guys, here's the news from the first half. Alan Didak, he's been reported for rough conduct, also spent that half-time break in the medical room. Jordan Bannister, I've been told, has also been reported for striking. Heath Scotland, he's patched up and back out there. Cloak's gone for the game.
Thank you to Chris Jones. Good work.
Right. So we've got a situation where the Blues, who had it by the throat halfway through the second quarter, have kicked the first of the second half. Around the body to centre half forward. Pick up from Isles was good. Kick wasn't as good. Dane Swan, thumping handball to Lacuria. Gets it back. And a little one to Johnson. Good hard running from Swan. And follow-up running from Johnson to Rusling. Slid in and it came off his shins and out of play.
Lance Whitnell has gone forward, boys. He got beaten by Anthony Rocker in the first half, so he's playing at centre-half forward with Clement, his opponent.
Fraser, straight out of the ruck. Maurice Shaw bundled out of the way. Fraser for a second go. O'Brien, heavy traffic. Rocker tried to get a touch on it. O'Helpin was good. rushed it through, kicked it through his own defensive goal for a behind.
Boys, cast our mind back to round 6, Collingwood and Carlton. 2 points was the margin at half-time. Collingwood went on to win by 72 points. They kicked 16 goals to 4 in the second half.
Well, you'd hope, Gaz, after what we saw in the first half, that Carlton won't allow that to happen.
No, a bit more steel, I think, in this Carlton lineup. A bit more resilience.
Especially given the events.
Yeah.
French goes to ground. Good hand, Simpson. Houlihan to a 2-on-1. Walker's got to go, at least provide a contest, and he did. Got the ball over the line, it'll be thrown in.
Good boy, Walker. He's a good lad. Thornton's gone on to Anthony Rocker now that Whitnell's gone forward. O'Halpin on Josh Fraser.
Ball thrown in. Wrapped up Johnson by a couple of Blues. And it's going to be a bounce in front of the interchange for the Blues, and that's it. Blackwell, Fisher, Bannister and Smith sitting it out. Worked down by French. O'Brien sort of half tackled, then he got the kick away. Inside the 50, the fist away from O'Halpin. Wrapped up in a very good tackle was Holland. And the umpire reckons going to ping him for not releasing the ball. So Satanta O'Halpin gets it off to Scotland, who was flattened. Good kick to Bauer. Outer side he goes with a left foot delivery. Kicked it up for grabs. And Johnson can control it to Loney.
Loney to Lacuria. Wide to Swan. Collingwood got the numbers here. Rocker's on the lead. It goes in that direction. He takes it. Thornton said it wasn't 15, but I think it was. And Rocker will line up from a very, very gettable position for him.
Dane Swan, Brian, had a massive second quarter. He started a fine form in the third quarter. Someone's just got to get near him, become accountable. Maybe Corey McGrath's a player that is coming from the ground, so whether he's paying the price or not, I'm not sure.
10-point margin. Rocker for goal number 5. Gary predicted he had kicked 6 today. And here we are early in the third quarter. Beautiful looking kick. That is a great roost. Rocker has 5.
Never too late to turn your form around, particularly when your side potentially is going to finish in the top 4. And Anthony's on song today. It's that easy. No sooner would Anthony Rocker get one of these passes to hit him on the chest in the past 3 weeks than fly to the moon. And maybe he hasn't put himself in the right position, but he certainly has today. He's marked well. He's had Lance Whitnell moved off him. He's got Thornton now as his opponent. He's got 5 goals under his name.
The president,
the lady
arms
president,
crossed, and Carla sitting next to him, and they will be enjoying what they're seeing at the moment. The Pies are out against the arch enemy. Richards crashing through Didak. Kudafiti's hands, very good weight. Shovels it back to Spawn. Little one to Carrazzo's good. Off to Simpson. Used the ball beautifully in the first half. Left foot to the hot spot. Whitnell to go back and take a beautiful mark.
Well, the signs of the really good players is when you've been beaten badly for a half, you can come back out after half-time and turn it around. And Lance has been given that chance by being moved forward, and that is a courageous mark with great hands. DeLuca in the back half there.
DeLuca's got to protect his back.
I think DeLuca just,
Might be a blood rule on Lance. Yeah. He's got to come from the ground. So Fev's just snuck in and accepted the sheriff.
Oh, it's very good hands.
Should be DeLuca. Has to be DeLuca.
It's going to be.
DeLuca just getting Whitnell just with a little bit of an elbow on the top of the head there.
So we're just an awareness thing, isn't it? You see him coming back. I suppose, in fairness, got a little egg on his side of his melon there. Big Lance to remember the 200th bye. In fairness to DeLuca, he's got eyes totally on the footy, but maybe just a little bit more awareness.
Which was the same with Lance, wasn't it? He was locked onto the ball, going back with the flight. It's great to see. So DeLuca to kick the Blues second of the third term, and he's nursed it through.
Didn't mind those ones coming your way, Bryza, when you're just a passive bystander and the player has to go off the ground.
Well, you watch when he actually happens. First of all, let's take a look at the incident. You can see the arm of DeLuca just makes contact with Whitnell's head there, elbow, and then when Whitnell lands, he says to the guy next to him, "Am I bleeding?" The guy said no, not at that stage, but then a couple of seconds later he was.
He said, "Am I bleeding?" And Brennan said, "Well, give me a minute, I'll just open that up for you so I can have the shot."
He did. Fev tried to sneak it, but DeLuca kicks his second, and Carlton are back in business here. We've got a 10-point ball game. I just get the feel this one's going all the way. What about Cooter with the one claw? Just clawed it. A low-level Duke claw.
It's unbelievable.
Houlihan, Lockyer, Carrazzo, and the kick will come back.
That is just vintage Cooter. This is his Cooter of old.
Oh, look at that.
The one mitt.
Just squeezing the air out of it was Cooter. Ray Gablich-like. Kick out wide. Good mark, Waite.
Starting to grow as a player. Exciting Carlton fans as this man is. Walker. Long ball forward. DeLuca to come from behind. Clement, beautiful stuff.
He's now on Favola, so they're just musical chairs down there, but we saw him do it against James Hird a few weeks ago, and again, outmarking the Fev.
Lockyer. Fraser. Didak. Good kick.
How good.
Beautiful kick. Loney from long range can set sail and kick a magnificent running goal.
Put it in the archive. The Didak non-preferred right foot is equally as good as the goal, and the goal was unbelievably good. Have a look at this. Not change stride. Didn't change stride, Loney, and from outside 50 measures the left boot through the goal. Just cut that one up and put it in the end of year highlight tape, because that is some magnificent footy right there.
Remarkable highlights we're seeing at the MCG here this afternoon. The long bomb from Loney, setting up the Pies' second of the third quarter, and the remarkable skills of Didak.
Whitnell back on, so Clement goes back to Whitnell, and Brendan Favola, he's going to earn his goals. Presti back onto him.
Cooter just dominating with the big body out of the middle. Got into his back, O'Brien, no free. Swan from the standing start to half forward. Here comes Fraser. Oh, help him. Look at him go. Didn't know how to stop. Fisher sconned him. O'Halloran dragged to ground, but still had the awareness that Simpson was close by. Took his man on, chipping ball. Cooter. The advantage there, the outstretched arms. Playing on is Koutafidis to Houlihan. Houlihan, true centre half forward. Here's Favola. Presti nudged him under the ball. Cooter pushed to ground and a free. Pushed him in the side.
Carlton takes the free. Didn't see it. Couldn't see it myself.
I think I called Cooter. You're right, Gary. Thornton it was. What is that for?
Got me beat that one. That's in the side right there. Whether that's not in the back, so he's just got to take the chances here.
Spawn will line up for his second goal. From 45 out, it's a good-looking ball. Just offline in the last few metres of its flight.
Clement kicks to himself.
Ooh.
And then a little one to Johnson. He pumps it down the member's wing. Fished from behind was good from Lappin. Got to go back and win it. Gave it off to Betts. The kick around the body was a bit too cute. Bannister, who we understand is on report, couldn't close his player down. Brodie Holland has a bounce to half forward. The kick ill-directed. Walker did well. Read the situation beautifully. Left his man. Bauer, the first gamer, nice in tight. Scotland. And now Lappin at half back can reload for the Blues. Good kick, and Spawn takes it on the wing.
Just on Rocker, I reckon his starting spot's too far away from the goal squares. A couple of times they've broken free and he's been too close. He's got to start deeper.
French. Nice delivery, Scotland. Got a heavy knock from Didac early in the game. Got some play on here. Look at this. Simpson can go all the way. Burn starts to close him down. Sneaks inside 50. And launches just offline. So Carlton are pressing, Gary.
Got to put some work into Kade Simpson. He is the second highest possession winner on the ground, and he hurt you with the ball.
Egan. The quick release after the behind. Burns. Big second turn. Off to Loney. Claim straight away. Here's Simpson again, Gary. And look at Big Lance. Turn around. Go back. And kick the goal.
Well, he's doing a very good impersonation of a star, Kade Simpson. I watched him closely. He had the shot and missed it, and then put his head down, and Scott Burns was his man, and just ran and ran and ran to man him up. Burns got the footy. He read that Loney was going to run off. He put pressure on him, wins it back, and now Lance is having a shot as a result.
To close it right down, Whitnell drills it for the Blues.
Well, Carlton supporters, who have been long-suffering, let's be honest, they'd be delighted with this performance because there is so much on the line for Collingwood and their team is just making a big fist of it. And there's some young players who are really enhancing their reputation this afternoon on the big stage. And there's some things to look forward to next year.
It has been goal for goal, Gary, since the 26-minute mark of the third quarter. They have been trading blows. Amazing stuff. In the middle, we go again. Blues are within 8 points. And we'll ball it up in the middle.
Oh, what is he doing?
Look at Mr. Wonderful sitting down there.
Why isn't he at work, Gary?
He's on
he's been relegated.
Right.
He's on a work experience, sort of a look at things, how they work backstage. Dermott in the leather coat. Wide.
Vinyl.
O'Halpin.
Jeez.
Thornton. Did not dispose of it. Goldie, with great theatrics, was there drooling, ready to blow the pea out of the silver whistle. Here is Josh Fraser with a beautiful ball to Rusling. This guy, you can't go with him on the lead.
No, and that's why you just got to take all the risk out of it and stand 10 metres in front of him. I don't think he's very strong in the big marking one-on-one contest, so you'd almost be, and don't underestimate the kick. The Fraser kick was unbelievably good.
3 marks on leads today, this man, and in he comes from the punt road end, and he's got it. The goal for goal account continues.
The first gamer, see that there? Bauer it is. You can't stand shoulder to shoulder to him. Doesn't matter how quick you are. You just can't do that. You've got to play the 5 or 10 metres in front. And he will learn that as his career goes on. But he looks all right. Sean Rusling.
Just a good game of footy, this one. Pulsating at the MCG. Fraser did well, but straight down to Walker. Pushed as he got his kick away. Clement meets the ball full-chested. Such a resolute defender and a good decision maker. Lockyer back to Loney. Loney handballs it back to Lockyer. Clement will end up with the footy from Reece Shaw, and then he drills it in the Didac direction. Walker. Nice.
A good boy. It's a good contest, actually. Didac's been good as well.
Walker. Fisher out wide. He's got Simpson running on. And lots of room ahead of Simpson. Can have a couple of bounces if he needs them, or he can drill it low to Lance Whitnell.
I might be elevating Kade Simpson into the my man territory. Beautifully skilled Brian. Doesn't waste a possession.
Very clean.
A little feint back by Lance back towards the goal means that Clement has to go back, and that just gives him enough room to lead to the footy.
Not sure that the bandage is helping Lance aesthetically, but look at the delivery right through the middle.
I'm not sure that that'll be of any great concern to Lance, Jim, to be perfectly frank.
No.
But he's this is the mark of a good player. Been well beaten in the first half and now going forward and making a very good fist of it against a very good opponent. Not sure it went the journey, actually. Didn't go the full 15. It's a nice finish, so it's dried up a bit for Fev, but Lance is stepping into the breach.
Don't want to harp on the goal for goal thing, Gary.
Well, you are.
But currently 12 in a row, I think that is a new world record. This is how good the game is here today at the G. Look at this, a ground level ball, Houlihan. Not getting through weight with a very aggressive Lockyer tackle.
Well, it's a reasonable decision from the umpire, I would have thought.
Too high, you were right. Schmidt on the ball. Here's weight.
You wouldn't be wanting a Carlton goal, Brian.
This is not beyond him, Gary. Look at this. A big long ball to the behind line. The mark's taken by Lance.
Big Lance, the dance.
The headgear's come off and he's lining up for goal number 3.
He's heard you, Jim.
Yes.
He said, I'm not looking my best, my sharpest.
This to get it back to a 2-point ball game. Lance will have kicked the last 3 goals if he gets this for the Blues. And they will have come within 5 minutes of each other. He's going the left foot snap around. He was in 2 minds, I felt. He originally thought the right foot nana, and then he went the left foot bend around boomerang.
I agree, Brian. He did. He prevaricated.
Little one to Burns.
That's all right, word.
Sounded good to me, Gary.
Yes. No, I reckon I'm safe. You two aren't going to question me.
Loney with a couple of bounces. In fact, more than a couple. Got it to Lucuria on the wing. Numbers in front of him. Reece Shaw's one of them. Look at Johnson get on the end of this. Can load up if he likes.
He's run the full measure.
Have a look at him go. It's there.
Put this down as the most entertaining game of the year for me, boys. And don't tell me, Brian.
No,
yes.
Don't tell me.
Yes, 13 in a row, Gary.
Goal for goal for goal. What a great goal it was. What a Ben Johnson. Has he improved his kicking? It was always the knock on him. But look at this. This is up there with Loney. Along the left, running towards the boundary. Easy as you like. This is a beauty.
We've seen 8 goals kicked collectively in this third quarter. Amazing stuff. The Pies just keeping their nose in front at the moment. Fraser, O'Brien, sharpish hands to Lucuria, who advanced it O'Helpin's way.
Oh!
He played on. Walker nailed him in the tackle. Now the Collingwood players swoop. Here's Egan. Needs support. Nothing on. Picked up in the end by Blackwell. There's Millie, Gary's man, Simpson.
Oh, no, yeah.
Kicks to Favola. Clement. Desperate. From the Collingwood defending champ.
Big Satant just playing on there, Gats. Your heart's in your mouth with him.
Here he goes.
He's getting involved here as well. Walker sliding in. Rocker was good. Didak, that was touched off the boot. And out of play.
How good's James Clement? He's now outmarked Brendan Favola the last 2 times it's come down. Prestigy Como. It's almost Presty said, right, I've had you, Brendan, so I'm going to go and play on Lance because he's caught fire. But no respite. He's got Favola's got Clement
to the back. Dangerous ball here for the Blues. Simpson going to ground, got the handball away. Rowe will come and pick it up. Back to Holland. Little one. Walker's got to stand his ground. Fraser's going to come out. Reece Shaw runs in and kicks the goal.
Goal for no, Brian.
No.
First two in a row for a long time. Reece Shaw here. Now, I reckon his opponent might have just trailed him in. Didn't work hard enough to be close enough, Spawn, on that occasion. Saw the ball come in with him. He was close enough to close down. Not sure that he worked hard enough. And it was a good crumb and it was a very good finish.
Collingwood by their biggest margin of the day, 20 points late in the third. Still 5.5 remaining in this quarter, though. And it has just been a relentless game of attacking football. 33 goals kicked collectively already. Attack, attack, attack has been the philosophy from both teams today. Fraser, clean hand on it. Blackwell banged into his man, got a high tackle. Holland advanced it forward. And here's Scotland.
Tell you what, if you parted with your hard-earned to watch this, you're absolutely delighted with the investment.
Yeah, you tip in a bit extra.
Yep.
It's gone over and above.
Scotland. DeLuca. Instant dish off to Walker. Long in the Whitnall direction. Look at Waite at the back. This is a dangerous unit. I like this man, Gary.
Yes.
There it is.
Could be your best calling ever, Jim. You saw that unfold before it even happened. All the focus is on Lance Whitnall, but just nudged under the ball, and Jared Waite it was. It let it run over the back. Nick Maxwell, what you got, it's two outstanding defenders for Collingwood, Preston Giacomo and James Clement. So what you then need to do is perhaps try and expose some of the others who aren't as experienced. And that's what you've got to do with Waite and Maxwell.
Carlton get it back to a 14-point margin, Gary. I have a piece of A4 paper when I'm calling the footy, and I write the goals down in order. And I've got 3 spots left, and we're still in the third quarter, Gary.
Oh, Dave.
What am I going to do?
Brian,
I just issue myself one piece of paper a week. Here's Scotland on the wing to Waite. Loney, still got him, JB. Holland. There's Loney, loves the left foot. And is a very good exponent of it.
It's opened up for Swan here.
Reece Shaw has shown some electricity today. Here's Swan. Didak. Oh, brilliant play. Gary, you saw it unfold.
Well, there's just these players in the competition that don't look dangerous, and Dane Swan's one of them. Look at him. Socks down, jumper out. Doesn't look to have a great athletic build. I don't know whether the opposition sides just ignore him, but he finds so much space. He had 11 touches in the second quarter. He's come out and had 7 in this quarter.
Didak, 1 goal, 2 today. This would test his distance from right on 50. Kicker's on the way. It looks great. Goal umpire hasn't moved. Didak's got a couple. And here goes the shove from Walker.
He just did go and give it to Andrew Walker into his face. He's had a very interesting afternoon as Alan Didak, but I reckon the way he's come back, when you're the centre of attention, as he has been since halfway through that second quarter, you get a lot of it focus come your way, but oh, he's a cheeky young fella, but he backs it up, and that's the good thing. He's played a very good game.
Kicked 15 goals since quarter time, the Pies. Been electric to watch, and the Blues have been very good too. Jess Smith, Scotland inside the 50. Look at Big Lance, just get the rear end working. Here's Fev, went to ground, picked it up, handball to Eddie Betts. Blues got another one.
This is an unbelievable afternoon's entertainment. This restores your faith in the game. What about the highlight reel? Brendan Favola set up 2 unbelievable assists. The one early to give Bauer his first goal, and then this one to Eddie Betts, who just sneaks it inside the goalpost. Good work rate from Big Fev. He's got 3 himself. No, He's got 4 himself. He set up a couple.
14-point Collingwood margin, Gary. No coincidence that we are at the home of footy today.
The best football here.
And we are seeing a brand of footy that we all are in love with and have known over many years. O'Brien, kick in hope that. Simpson at half-back. Look at the clock ticking down. 3:17 remaining. 14-point margin. And with the one blemish, the goal for Cole thing almost has rekindled itself again as Johnson's got it at half-back. Benny Johnson used to be very blonde. These days, got a bit of auburn about the hair. Lucuria has won a couple of Copelands, which is not a bad effort. Maloney chipping ball. Collingwood sensing that the quarter's just about cooked and don't want to concede.
When two teams just go at it, Brian. No flooding, no overly defensive.
There they go. Didak, Johnson, able to run free back onto his preferred side. That's a pretty normal looking kick for him. It was ugly. Burns, handball, shot at goal. Go all the way. No, it won't. May have been Holland, I think, and it was.
My man Simpson up to 9 touches for the quarter.
But he brought back in. Walker. Long ball. This is going to be tough for Eddie Betts. Didak got rid of him but couldn't take the mark. The pickup was sensational. Handball to Dane Swan. Goes to Burns. He's been terrific today. Rocker the target. Kicked high in his direction. McGrath got pushed. No free. Egan's taken the mark.
Whew. Was it 2 movements? What are you telling me, Brian?
I reckon Rocker's just called to the bench then. I reckon he wants to come off either his bucket or he's got an injury.
Okay.
But he put his hand up, signalled towards the bench. No one's come out as yet.
Chris Egan to kick goal number 20 for the Maggies. It's right through the middle.
How's your page going, Brian?
I'm having to write smaller, Gary.
It's a big long kick over the back. I just wonder whether there's 2 movements there. I reckon that's an extension of the hands on McGrath. You can hold your ground, but I don't know whether you can shove a player forward like that. But anyway, let's not detract from what's been an unbelievably good game.
Chris Egan with his 2nd goal in his 22nd game of football, and a minute 23 remaining in the 3rd quarter in this goal-kicking frenzy that has netted 37 goals. Ball pinned in the middle, and we'll do it again. Bottom of the pack there, Jesse Smith. Umpire Smith slamming it into turf. Betts was the 3rd man up. O'Brien keeping the ball free from hands in the tackle, and Burns hovering over the top, and now Lockyer. Somehow the ball comes out. DeLuca. The run is good, the delivery not bad for Carrazzo. Couldn't glove it.
Now, Carrazzo's job on Heath Shaw's been quite superb, Brian. Heath Shaw's had 4 possessions for the game. Carrazzo playing as a defensive half-forward flanker on the man that could win the NAB Rising Star.
And here he is with a driving ball. Here's Wade at the back, setting himself, didn't get a run. Fev backed into the pack as well. Shaw, quick hands. Lightning it was, Lucuria. Lockyer on his non-preferred left with a lovely underground ball that found Swan.
It was beautiful delivery. Swan's not as good, but Reece Shaw traps it. Johnson, long to Rosling, who didn't take the footy. Lappin can reload for the Blues. Look at Big Lance. He can get it and go, the big man. And he spots something he likes in Eddie Betts, who just couldn't get the mark done. That would have been handy in the last 10 seconds for the Blues. Didak, siren's going to sound. 21-point lead for Collingwood at 3/4 time.
37 goals so far. Brian's running out of paper. The Pies Well, they're not running out of steam, that's for sure. They banged on 9 in the second quarter. They've kicked 7 in the third quarter, and they go in at three-quarter time. 21 points in front of a very brave Carlton. Collingwood 2010, 130. The Blues 17-7, 109. All right then. 11 goals in the first quarter, 13 goals scored in the second, and 13 goals scored in the third quarter. And Dennis Pagan, regardless of the result, I think this is a major step forward today for the Blues, Jim. There he is.
No doubt. Out, there's my man, Satant. I think he's got a special last quarter in him. Big Satanta.
One of those searching runs down the members' side of the MCG with the ungainly bouncing style have been just beautiful.
Just to lift the roof off the MCG. What a great steps he's taking forward to becoming an AFL footballer.
You talk about some of the players. I mean, Lance Whitnell's third quarter was great. Prestigiacomo's battle with Favola's been exceptional. Anthony Rocker's got 5. We've seen Simpson and Dane Swan step up. It's been a big afternoon.
What are we going to see in the final quarter? Collingwood by 21 points. The Blues have been gallant. Here's Waite. Needs to get involved in the scoreboard here. McGrath out of the middle. A long ball to the punt road end. Fisher got his man under the ball nicely. Couldn't quite pull it off though. Johnson, who's been outstanding.
Disappointing, Brian. That fell exactly where you'd want your Crummers to be.
Didak in search of Fraser. Oh, well done. Nice touch. Look to Burns. Got to him on the bounce. Running forward, Reece Shaw. Can he start it beautifully for the Pies? Away to the left.
The little bit of inexperience from Satant there. He just got turned around too easily. Let off the hook by Reece Shaw.
And Anthony Rocker wouldn't have been all that happy with Reece either, because he had him on the inside if he wanted to use him. But I guess if you've got a shot at goal, you from 25 out, you'd take it most days. There's McGrath. That'll be in the back against Shaw.
Nope.
Smith missing that one. It was a clear free kick though.
And one of the great rivalries, if not the great rivalry in footy. Carlton and Collingwood 120 to 108 head-to-head with 4 draws. So plenty at stake.
O'Brien was dacked and gave to Burns. Here's Lucuria. Shaw, who's been, I reckon, really good today. Lucuria again. Reece Shaw. Head over it, went without it.
Good
Walker. Cooter. Open space, Houlihan. Whitner was on the charge, ignored that and went into Fev. Juggling, breadbasket mark.
No, I don't think that's right, Goldspink. I reckon, umpire Goldspink, I reckon he took control of that outside 50. Beautiful work from Houlihan, turning inside, but he didn't control this until he was outside 50. Had he marked it there, it's okay. But he kept juggling that until he was outside 50.
There he is. Favola lining up for his 4th goal from beyond the arc. He's very, very capable from this range. Gives it the lot. Just offline.
Yeah, that could tell in the minute. If he'd have got that in the red basket, he would have been another 5 metres closer.
Loney, Maxwell, and now Lockyer. Heathshaw. Little sideways ball to Egan. To Burns. As Betts was closing him down.
No, Travis Cloak went off the ground with a shoulder injury very early in this game.
Not a great kick forward. Satanta, very nice. Hands from him. Oh, beautiful kick, Lappin. That is a magnificent spot up. Bev wants it. He goes to Waite instead. And Jared Waite was able to get free of a quality opponent in James Clement.
Well, he's had another good afternoon too. Fisher and Waite, 2 players that have missed a bit of footy, 2 very good forwards. Clement got Waite.
He's kicked a couple, this man, to give the Blues the perfect start. It looks right, and there's a couple of bad misses for Carlton.
So that's the first time where you've had a little downside on the game, isn't it? You'd expect the way this has been played for him to have drilled that and gone back to the centre.
Perhaps just tightening a little, the Blues. Maxwell. Beautiful kick in front of Egan. Boundary line beat him in the end, but the idea was perfect. 13 marks inside 50 each team, so they've had really good forward line targets. French. O'Brien. Did he throw it? Holland. Centering ball. Didak with pace. Walks out. Turns around. Swivels. Rocker!
That is what footy is all about. And I tell you, there are some players in the competition as a forward, when they get the ball in their hands, your eyes light up. As soon as Alan Didak marked that, I had a look at Anthony Rocker and I could almost see him starting to salivate. He just led and Didak put it out on a plate for him. Not much Thornton could do.
Fifth mark inside 50 for Rocker for 5 goals. And his third contested mark, and he lines up here from 30 out for goal number 6.
There is a reason that Alan Didak is the #1 goal assist player in the competition, and it is because of service like this. Great shot of this up the ground. Knows he's a left footer. Starts to head one way for Thornton. That is great forward line craft. Started to head one way, knew that he was going to swing around onto his left foot, so he'd left that side of the ground open, and the #1 assist player in the game delivered. I said he'd get 6.
I hate giving him credit, Brian.
No, I do too.
So I'm not going to mention.
I won't either.
6 to Anthony Rocker. 21 goals now to the Pies. Back in the centre. Brought down by French. Carrazzo was good. I reckon he thought O'Brien was a teammate there for a second and then sucked the ball back in. Burns allows it to go over his head. Betts' pick-up was good. Handball to Thornton. Now Scotland can go from centre-half back. Lappin. Chain of handballs for the Blues. Back to Lappin. With room to move. Fisher takes it in front of Loney.
Now, the interest in this game is not just necessarily about who wins. Of course, that is the primary focus, Brian, but percentage, because all those teams fighting for positions 3 down to 8, percentage is massive. Now, what do the Pies need to win by? If Freo get done to move up a spot on the ladder.
Just roughly, Gary, my mathematics told me that 4 goals or better to go to 5th, providing that Fremantle lose, of course. So they need to win by 4 or more.
Fisher's kick doesn't make the distance.
Very disappointing result for Carlton. No one on the line at all.
And Gary, they're currently in front by 4.
Thank you.
Goals.
Thank you, Brian.
Lacuria. Kuda, was he legged? Strength to get away. Scotland damaging run. Not a lot of thought, was there?
It's a couple of uncharacteristic mistakes sneaking into the game here.
Collingwood ahead by the margin they need to advance to 5th, providing Freo lose at the moment. Here's O'Brien. Lacuria made a difficult bouncing ball look pretty smooth. O'Brien, who's been good today. There's Fraser. Has played some very exciting football over the last weeks. Walker's smother was great in midair. Likewise, O'Brien. It was open for the Blues then. O'Brien to Didak. Since Lappin was on his shoulder. The non-preferred kick by Didak was dynamic to Reece Shaw, who's equally as good by foot. Rocker! Extended juke's impossible to get if you're a defender.
Jukes are working, Brian. It's an indication that your confidence is up. And he has been down for a while, Anthony Rocker, but he's just grabbed it very nicely. And what happens when your confidence is up is you kick these goals. All of a sudden you just start... When you're down, you're missing them from 20 out in front. When it's up, you're jagging them from the boundary.
Didak just coming off the ground there, as you saw. Here is Rocker for goal number 7. He won't pass this one off. I think it's worth the risk to go for it. He will. There it is. Centering ball. Look at that. Snuck in there. Slack. Shaw's marked. Heath Shaw.
First mistake that Carrazzo's making. has made all day. Rocker coming off now. They just conceded, as we did, that he was going to have a shot. Now, we can do it because we're sitting up in the stand, but if you're a Carlton player, you can't. And Carazzo just let Heath Shaw slide into the hole. And that, the applause you heard was for Anthony Rocker, who's come to the bench.
With his 6 goals, not a bad effort from his 11 disposals. 6 goals, 1 as Shaw comes in. Heath Shaw has nailed it.
Well, it's a long way back now for the Blues. You'd have to say this is almost the perfect hit out for Collingwood. It's almost what the doctor would have ordered. If you had said, what do they need today? You'd say, well, they need to be pushed. They need to be able to play some free-flowing footy. They need to be able to score some goals. And they need Anthony Rocker to find some form. Well, I think we can just about tick all of those boxes.
.32-point lead. Anthony Rocker with 6. His best return since kicking 8 in round 2 against the Hawks. So he's back in the sort of touch the Pies need him in with September coming. Fraser, brilliant. Maxwell. Handball over the top. Lucuria. High right football. McGrath. Back to Walker. And Walker's little one to Koutafidis was good. He took off. Not sure where to go, so he gave it to McGrath. He steps through and then sits it up nice and high, but Eddie Bett's the only player anywhere near it. And he's not a great marking option at the best of times.
The Blues owe it to themselves to finish this game off. They have been fantastic, but they cannot drop away now.
That's holding the ball, I reckon. Unless...
Oh, no, Favola's done. He's reported him. Favola's been reported for a head-high coat hanger, which was only a grab, wasn't it?
No, that's unnecessary if it is a report. Because that was just an attempted tackle that snuck up.
And you're allowed to tackle them high, you just get penalised for it.
Yes, well, that's just what they need to push on here, the Blues. They cannot let it drop away and lose this game by 8 goals, because that would be doing themselves no justice at all.
Maxwell to Burns.
The thing that's let them down is their delivery forward in the last 4 occasions. They have not kicked it to a target. Where is their structure gone?
Not only that, Gaz, they missed 2 gettable ones and didn't make the distance with the third. Walker a climb, couldn't take it. Rowe had it spent before he picked it up. Slapped out of there, the boundary looming. Bet stepped through, but I think the footy's over the line and we go down to Chris Jones.
Shane O'Brien took himself from the field. He's got a sore left hamstring. Doesn't look to be too serious.
And the other injury problems, of course, Travis Cloak with that shoulder is not good. Didak may face some problems during the week with his report. Carazzo, so it hasn't been all good news for Collingwood, even though Gary suggests it's been a very good physical workout for them. Presti Giacomo. Reece Shaw getting in the right position to receive.
He's another one that's running into some good nick, isn't he, Reece Shaw, come September. And leg speed is one thing that the Pies need.
Had 18 touches of the leather today, and he's played 78% of the game, Reece Shaw. Egan now in possession of the ball at half forward for Collingwood. Pops it in the spot. Maxwell couldn't get a claw on it. O'Halpin picks up. Waite to the middle. Whitnell right in the centre of the G. Now DeLuca's one-on-one with Loney. Who will win this, the big or the small? Loney, the small, wins out with help from Lucuria.
He handballs it back to Lucuria and then gets it back from him. Across the ground go the Pies. Swan. Clement. Burns. Isles on. The kick was too strong. And Satanta, a nice little touch ball to Bannister. I'm telling you, Gary, he will become a cult figure at Carlton. Big Satant. There's Scotland through the middle. Nice kick. Finds Lappin.
Yeah, they've got no forwards at the moment. They've got to hold it up a bit.
Lappin just to bang it in the Favola direction. He tries for a big climb, but Clement has played beautiful football today. Held his ground, and the clearance goes the Maggie's way.
That was always going to happen.
Burns, a second attempt to deliver. This time it's better, and Egan elevates very fluently indeed.
Well, once again, Carlton went forward, and were totally outnumbered. So it was either mark the footy or it was going to come back at 1,000,000 miles an hour. And Fev was never going to mark that one. And there's the numbers on the ground.
Just gave the kicker a bit of a serve too, Fev, about just getting it up in the air if he's caught behind so he can display his aerial talents, and why not? We would like that. Egan for the 3rd consecutive goal in the last quarter for Collingwood. From directly out front, 52 metres. Long bomb. Collingwood have got 3 in a row.
Chris Egan has got 3 goals. He is another player that has got into a little bit of touch coming into September, which is a good thing. Let me give you this one, Brian. I know you haven't got any room on your paper left, but 40 goals combined, the most ever in a Collingwood and Carlton game, ever in the history of the game.
Right now.
In the history. 40 goals on the board between both sides. Highest combined tally. Write that one down, Bryson.
Anthony Rocker back on. Machine gun stats coming out of G Lion.
40 goals, the most combined goals ever in a Collingwood-Carlton game, Brian.
Well, I was hoping that Paul Bauer would get hold of the ball a bit more so I could say that he is the 9th Paul ever to be drafted at Carlton.
Paul?
The name Paul, he's only the 9th Paul they've had at Carlton.
That's ridiculous.
Carrazzo.
Can you believe that in 110 years or whatever it is?
Looking to Whitnell, didn't get him.
9 players called Paul.
Shut up, Brian.
Sits it up high. DeLuca to fly. Well done, Heathshaw.
It's a sign of a good player too, who's been down for most of the day, or not down, but been well held, but still gets the job done when you need it.
I find it interesting. Swan. Rowe. Over the back. No go. Bannister to Lappin. Lappin looking for a linker in Scotland. Favola on the lead. Look at Clement just trying to work him forward of the ball. Simpson. Unorthodox looking bounce. Now the delivery. Kuda. It was Wade, in fact. Egan, sharpish handball. Holland, Collingwood, lots and lots of numbers streaming out of defence.
Tired boys out there now, and why wouldn't they be? It was played at such a frenetic pace early.
The damn wall's just about to bust open, I think, Gaz.
Yeah, well, the Blue boys aren't. They're just dragging their feet a bit at the moment, Jim. They've been brave. They're tiring.
Good signs, though, for Magpie fans. This has been impressive.
Plenty to like about Collingwood. Egan is the other one. We mentioned him, but he looks far more comfortable at this level than he has for a long time.
Loney. Lockyer. Buckley and Tarrant to come back into this side. Lockyer. Fraser. There goes Bauer across the face. He got a hand on it, which was enough.
Good
A
boy.
little bit of candy sold.
9th Paul.
Yeah.
And over the top, this is Simpson, who has had a day out. Needs to get the handball away. Does so to Scotland, who was flattened early. His kick in search of Big Lance, but Richards stands his ground and takes the mark.
Hasn't played a lot of the game today, Guy Richards, just 54% of it.
How many Allens, Brian?
Sorry, Gary.
How many Allens have played with Collingwood?
Not sure, Gary, but just 9 Pauls with Carlton, and I find that remarkable. Swan and Egan share the ball. You'd think there'd be 1 Paul there per year.
I've had the message, Brian. That's enough about Paul.
Egan. Centering ball. O'Brien being good. Swan being good. Loney being good. The run. Penetrating kick as well to go with it. Fraser looking a little tired. Oh,
good effort.
Picked up O'Halpin. He's given a flick pass. It was wandering in the air, so he went up and flicked it with the back of his hand.
You just don't know what you're ever going to get with him.
It was a good effort, though.
It was a great effort. Lappin
First Satanta ever to play at Carlton.
pumps the footy that bounces awkwardly. Scotland was honest. Clement's been great. He is an elite defender, James Clement. Lockyer at half-back stops the play down.
Clement and Prestigiacomo, they would be very hard to score against, and they proved it again today.
Miles steps on through, gets the kick away. Rocker got a little shove. Thornton took the mark.
See Simpson out wide. 5 minutes remaining in the game. Been a real interesting game to watch. Simpson strolling to the wing with his 5th bounce. Scotland got a bit of a facial massage early in the game. Here's McGrath. There's been goals kicked from that spot today. Clement. French had it, recovered it, snap. Was great agility for a big man. Just the minor score.
Highest score for the year for the Blues, and they're going to go down. But they go down with some positives, no question about it.
Haven't we seen some entertaining footy this round? Friday night was a burster. Skilled stadium yesterday with a draw.
The tide might be turning, Jim.
Yeah, no question of that. It's at the right time of year. The product is shiny. Heath Shaw back to the centre wing.
Luckily, we didn't make too many rule changes too early, or any rule changes, Gary. It just happened naturally.
Evolution, Brian. Evolution.
Richards. Fraser. Nice mark.
Brendan Favola has a sit.
His day may be done with only 3.5 minutes left. Kick the 3. All in the first half.
You see that move there? That's the education of Satana help, and he let him go. He let him get to the front spot and then thought, oh, I'll chase him down. But the delivery's good. Not much you can do about it. He's had a good year, this fellow, Josh Fraser.
Big kick from a big man late in the game, outside the 50. He had the range comfortably, but away for a behind as we go to Chris Jones.
Well, the crowd's in, 57,719 fans. A few of the Blues starting to go now.
It's a good crowd, as it always is. What at Richmond Essendon last night was a good crowd, so people still coming and flocking to the game.
They are. McGrath, especially at this ground, they love it. Mind you, there have been some really good crowds at the Dome as well. Houlihan and Scotland combining. Short ball, 38-point margin at the moment. McGrath was tackled and incorrect disposal, so Collingwood away. Look at Johnson selling some candy through a little bit of traffic. Centering ball to Didak. Oh, quick little give. Lucuria's running on his wrong side, back to Didak. Now he's on his preferred. Only time to launch. The kick around the body, Fraser marks. O'Helpin in front. Handball over the top as O'Helpin goes for the knees. Burns goals.
I'm not saying he's the complete package, Gaz. There's some work needing to be done.
Well, more experienced, great tackle that, wasn't it? He's sure. More experienced players than Satana O'Helpin who get caught out in this situation under the footy with Josh Fraser just nudging him under. This is the highest score of the year for Collingwood, so just fallen into place nicely for them. And won't they be up and about with some reason this week?
Well, this is going to be the Blues' highest losing score in a match against Collingwood. Got to go back to 1970. 108 point. They kicked in the semi-final. They lost to the Pies. And Anthony Koutafidis gives Blues fans some hope too. Gary, he's going around again. And in this sort of form, he's going to have a good year if he can stay injury-free.
It's the best he's looked, I reckon, all year. Well, for me anyway, I haven't seen them all, but he's looked as sharp as he has for me for quite some time, Kuda. He'd be in the votes, in actual fact.
He dropped that one, which he shouldn't have, but the handball was beautiful to Lappin. Must be that spot, about the same area that Rusling coughed one up. Handball over the top to Lucuria. Here comes Fraser. Well done, Thornton, to get involved. DeLuca taken hard to ground. Football locked in there. Umpire now wants it.
Oh, no. The Grim Reapers come out with a wooden spoon.
Yeah. Security are going to escort the wooden spoon and its owner out, Gary. They said too early.
Too early for this. Well, you can't say that yet because they're both locked in the same points.
Yeah. Oh, helping.
Go for a run, son.
Where's the security sense of humour?
Yeah, surely, Brian. Just diffusing what's been a pretty emotional, passionate day.
Yeah.
That man's had to get a bit of plywood and carve that out for hours, Brian.
Yep. He has. Simpson. Minute left. Big game at the G. 57,000. Collingwood lead it by 44. They'll advance to 5th if Fremantle lose tonight. Walker. McGrath. On the head of Whitnell, nudged under it by Presti Giacomo.
He's had a superb afternoon, that man, Simon Presti Giacomo.
Kick out wide, marked by Swan. Handball off to Rowe. Swan again to Lacuria. Egan further afield. Has it now. Fraser wants it in long. Kick partially smothered. Spawn's got to sit under it. Eddie Betts will waltz through centre half back, and a little ball. Bauer, he'll remember his first game in front of just under 60,000. Scotland sideways. Walker, siren going to sound as he gets the kick away, and the Pies celebrate.
Afternoon it was here at the MCG. Congratulations to the Magpies. 44 points was the margin. That could be a bit deceptive too, but really hats off to them. They were very good when they needed to be. And Carlton, let's just spare a thought for them. The side that is on the bottom of the ladder just served it up in the most impressive fashion. 17 goals they kicked. They put a scare through the Magpie camp early in the piece. It was a magnificent afternoon's entertainment. Plenty of highlights, plenty of skills. 41 goals scored, the most ever in a game between these two traditional rivals. And look at this. This is a good spirit. He's Scotland, let's not forget, Brian, spent a lot of time at the Collingwood Footy Club. And there's the man, Alan Didak, who's been reported. And that is good to see. Just a pat on the head. I think Heath Scotland was saying, we'll see what we can do for you, Dids. But the other significant man to come back into some form this afternoon is the big man, number 23, Anthony Rocker, with 6 goals. He's with Chris Jones.
Thanks, Gary. There was great spirits. It was a great game, Anthony. What was it like to be out there?
It was pretty intense, mate. We seemed to get 2 goals in front, and then all of a sudden they kick another one. We kick another one. It was just goal for goal at one stage there in the third quarter. But to the credit now, our boys stuck to it. We were 4 goals down at one stage, and just really needed to be hard and physical. And I believe that we created that, and that the destiny was there, that we fought back for it.
Talk us through that second quarter. It was just mayhem at one stage. I think you kicked 3 goals from 3 kicks.
Yeah, look, I was in the right position most of the time. I got taken down a few times incorrectly, so I'll take them as they come. But that second quarter was pretty good. I got pretty fiery at one stage, but that's the way footy goes.
Wonderful return to form for you as well. You were fantastic today.
Yeah, it's good. I was really fired up the whole week. I haven't been playing well lately, and I've let my team down over the past few weeks, so I just needed to be hard and physical, and I just paid the rewards today.
And a big day for the family next week. Sav's last game, you'll be playing the Kangas.
Yeah, it will be. We can't lose sight of what we got. We've still got a top 4 chance here, but it'll be a special day, and a sad day in the end for Sav as well.
Congratulations, a great performance from you today and the team.
Thanks, mate.
Congratulations indeed. Anthony Rocker, 6 goals today in a 44-point victory to the Magpies. 24-12, 156. Carlton, 17-10, 112. Spare a thought too for Lance Whitnell as he wandered off 200 games today, and just a magnificent servant. But where do you rank that game, boys, in terms of the year?
Well, the first 3 quarters, you don't see footy played any better than that as far as entertainment is concerned. Mightn't have been tight and close checking and that sort of thing, which you see from time to time, and that has got its own appeal. But just out-and-out attacking goals is what we want, Brian.
What's with the coaches to make that decision, Gary, that we're going to go out and attack today and kick 20 goals each? How does that come about?
Well, it'd be no good for Carlton to do anything other than to do that in terms of their education as a footy side.
But what about Collingwood? They had something to lose out of this.
Well, obviously, Mick said, well, this is our best way to win this game, is to go all-out attack, back our forwards in. They had Rusling, they had Rocker down there as well. Fraser pushed down at various stages. So, yeah, I think it was just magnificent. And some of the skills on display. We had the argy-bargy. Don't tell me crowds don't like to see a little bit of push and shove.
And they've done this without Tarrant and Buckley today, two of their mainstays as well. So that's an excellent result for Collingwood to get home here today. It does give them, push them up into fifth if Fremantle happen to go down tonight, and it still keeps their top 4 chances alive.
Indeed, and the form of Rocker was spoken about. I thought Egan was significant. I thought Reece Shaw was very good. So all those important players getting some games under their belt. Rusling gets another one under his belt. So I hope you've enjoyed this afternoon. If you haven't, you're hard to please. 44 points the margin in favour of the Pies. Well, the postscript of this game too, we played out with the match review panel, of course, Alan Didak under report. Also in the doctor's room because Travis Cloak off with a serious, what appeared to be a serious shoulder injury. But apart from that, Brian Taylor and James Brayshaw, everything else has gone very nicely for Collingwood. Thanks for your efforts this afternoon.
Perfect.
Take the rest of the day off. A very enjoyable afternoon it was indeed for the Magpies. 24-12, 156. 44 points the margin in favour of Carlton. 17-10, 120.